was high for Jesus Christ, so that we may receive salvation from him, but in order to conquer our terrain of blessings, it is necessary to rise in faith, renew our minds and appropriate the mentality of a conqueror. Trying to enter our promised land without thinking that we will have to conquer it by fighting will prevent us from receiving everything that God has promised us. In the promised land, there would no longer be free manna, free water, etc. Now they would have to fight to get what was theirs, step by step. In Joshua 5:10-12 we read that when they entered the promised land the manna ceased. They entered another spiritual stage and had to be prepared for such a change. God wanted to teach his people yesterday, the same as he wanted to teach us today. The good and important things in life are not free. 221 In the promised land are the blessings that correspond to us for being heirs of God. They were going to have to take them and protect them at any price. Because in the promised land, along with the blessings are the battles. God warned them that in order to conquer their territory they had to defeat mainly 7 nations. Deuteronomy 7:1-2 When the Lord your God has brought you into the land, into which you are going to take it, and you have driven out many nations before you, to the Hittite, to the Girgashite, to the Amorite, to the Canaanite, to the Perizzite, to the Hivite, and to the Jebusite, 7 nations greater and more powerful than you, and the Lord your God delivered them before you, and you defeated them. Each one of them have a spiritual meaning for us today, which will help us realize why we must overcome them first if we wish to take all the spoils of blessings that God has prepared for us. 1. Hittes. It means spirit of fear. In order to conquer we have to learn to overcome fear. Fears always make us see problems bigger than God. Romans 8:15 For you have not received the spirit of bondage to fear again, but you have received the spirit of adoption, by which we cry, Abba, Father. 2. Timothy 1:7 For God has not given us a spirit of fear, but of power, love and self-control. 2. Gergesus. It means he who retreats from God is a conquering God, who never gives up or turns back. God is a God who always bets on the future, on what is ahead, rather than looking back. Luke 9:62 And Jesus said to him, Number 1 Who puts his hand to the plow and looks back is fit for the kingdom of God. Hebrews 10:38 But the righteous will live by faith, and if he draws back, my soul will not be pleased. 3. Amorrheus means spirit of Babel or poor communication. We all know what happened in the Tower of Babel, where the languages were confused and everyone was scattered. Many times our negative, pessimistic, destructive language not only affects us but also our family relationships, church, work, neighbors, etc. We have to learn to use words for us, not against us. Someone said that the believer can have what he says. The problem is that they keep saying what they don't have. If we spend all day speaking negative, complaining words that extinguish faith, or speaking carelessly when we should remain silent,